Hey there guys, Jazzbricks here, and today I'm going to be doing another custom LEGO minifigure showcase, and this time of my custom LEGO Xmen minifigures. So we start the showcase off with Colossus, and this guy, between him and Bishop, would probably have to be the basicest of the minifigures. I'm not sure who I'd give it to, but I mean, it's kind of, you know, in between them. But like I said, we're starting this off with Colossus, Peter, or Substitute, and whatever one you want to call him. And this is not based off of any specific version. I mean, I guess you could say it's off of Days of Future Past, sort of. Not really, but it's kind of my own design. But these minifigures are based around like a dystopic future, so Days of Future Past-ish. But they're still my own design somewhat. So yeah, anyway, beginning with his face. Now, this face was not his original face, and that face wasn't his original face either. If you want to, you know, count mess-ups of the faces and whatnot. But, anyway, he has, like, this kind of, like, muscular face. And the original face, it was, obviously supposed to be muscular and whatnot. But the original face was more like, how do I say this, you can see the picture on Instagram of the second version of the face, but the first version looked kind of more like this second version, but it was just the paint was getting a little like choppy, so I redid the face like I did for a couple other figures if you haven't seen those updates on the minifigures. But the second phase, what I didn't like about it was that on the sides, if you cannot tell, this face is actually painted on a metallic face, and in the back is the robotic face from series 12. I don't think it's 12, the LEGO movie series, but in the like the bolts, they would poke out. So it's like, you know, I really don't like the way that looks, so I had to redo the face, and I got this, and I like this face a whole lot better than all the other ones. I can't say it was hard to paint, because I honestly don't remember, but the paint, versus making a normal face on like a peach head or a brown head, this was really easy, because I don't know why, but I mean, it was just easy. Then onto the arms. His arms are basically bluish gray arms, I guess, or maybe they're just like gray. I'm not entirely sure on the terms, but they do have like metallic painted on them to, you know, represent, just to give some detail. And his torso, like I said, it's actually printed, and along with legs, and it's from the Death Star Gunner, the $12 Star Wars set that came out back in 2013. I thought it really fit this minifigure, and really any X-Men minifigure if you're gonna make a custom one ever. But yeah, I really like this, the design of it. I think the torso works really well for it. I was gonna paint him a torso, but then I tried painting him a torso, which I actually later gave to another minifigure, but I mean, I ended up with this, and I think it's pretty awesome. It's kind of a basic figure, but like I said, it's still pretty cool. I like all the painted parts that I do have for him. He does just use the plain combed over black hair, without you were wondering. He comes usually with Robin, but it comes in a few other sets. So yeah, that's basically Colossus, and let's go on to the next minifigure. Next up we have Bishop, and like I said, this minifigure probably has to be tied with Colossus in the least painted minifigure category. I can't exactly say for sure which one is underpainted the most, because they both have the parts of them that are printed and the parts that are painted, so it's just really hard to distinct, you know, which one is going to be, you know, I painted more on this guy versus that guy. I'd probably say maybe Bishop has a little bit more painted onto him. Can't exactly say for sure. Maybe you guys can determine that in the comments down below. So yeah, tell me what you guys think, who's the most underpainted minifigure here. But yeah, so both of these minifigures do have printed elements on them, and the other two are fully painted by me, so there you go. But yeah, so this is Bishop, and this is, like I said, these are my own designs, but they're kind of, I want to say, sort of Days of Future Past slash, you know, dystopic future, which you'd expect, plus my own idea. So if you're wondering why Bishop does not have hair, he had, like in other versions of the comics, he doesn't always have his braids, so yeah, I did have a hairpiece I was like, considering giving him, but I wasn't, I was just like, you know what, I like the armor piece on him more than I do the hair, so you know what, I'm giving him the hair, the armor piece, and so it was either the armor piece or the hair, and I end up having to go with the armor piece because it just makes him look more badass versus, you know, the hair piece, which kind of made him look a little weird because it was a friend's hair piece, and I didn't have the one from the Hobbit sets. I'm not entirely sure, but like I said, I still think this minifigure is pretty awesome. So printed elements on him are his torso and his legs. His torso is from Toran. If you could not tell, Toran or any really one of the General Man of Steel villain minifigures you could use, I guess, more Toran or General Zod. And his legs are from Hawkeye, the Hawkeye 2012 variant. So yeah, because they do have a new one coming out. His gun is also from the Man of Steel line. It's one of the Kryptonian guns, and along with his armor piece, which comes from the Feora minifigure. So his cape is basically a red cape, and on the back is a black cape, which I think I did that for Raven. She had a shorter cape, but I like the effect that it gives because it's two sides of the cape, and they're basically attached just on top of each other. No super glue or anything like that. He does have a gray arm on one side along with a black arm that is full on the other, and his face is actually fully painted by me. Now if you look at his face, I know when you take off the red eye, the M, that's his tattoo M, and his beard, it kind of looks like the Mace Windu minifigure face, and that was not at all intentional when painting. I was just going for, you know, some look. So I also will post a picture on the screen right now of Mace Windu's minifigure face, so it has similarities to it, so you may think it's printed, but it is fully painted by me. So after, so I was like, whoa, holy crap, that looks exactly like Mace Windu's face somewhat. So, you know, I just wanted to let you guys know that I did paint all of that face by myself. But like I said, he does have a red eye, which he does in majority of his content. I can't say if he doesn't in any other, but all of it he mostly does. The M tattoo that is printed on there, painted, the M tattoo that is painted on there, he has, I believe, in all of his content as well. And I just gave him like a beard, sort of. So I think in the majority of his content he also has a beard. So yeah, I just went off with the face. I really like the way the face came out. I think it looks really, really great and represents the character really well. His armor piece has a couple paint marks on it too. Right there in the middle where you see the armor piece at where it's red, that is painted by me, along with this continuation from his arm to his gun. So yeah, that continuation to his arm to his gun is kind of like, now that part I kind of got off of X-Men Days of Future Past, because he does use a gun, but guys, his power is actually, he, like, if you, let's say you shot a gun at him, the bullet, he'd absorb the energy from the bullet and then he'd channel it right back at you or something. Because I did watch the cartoon when I was a kid. I wasn't, and I'm not a '90s kid, by the way. But yeah, so I like the way the gun looks. So it's kind of like he channeled the energy to the gun, and he could shoot from there. Plus, I think the gun just made him look more cool and less dull. But like I said, there is a continuation of the red lining, which basically represents its energy. So it continues from his gun to his arm to his armor piece. So I mean, that's pretty cool. And like I said, this minifigure probably have to be tied with Colossus in the least painting area. I do give this a little more credit in the painting finished part, because this arm is actually something I just last minute did yesterday, because when I was getting ready to do the showcase, I was going to film it the day before the day it's showcased today, but then I had personal issues, so I couldn't, and then I just painted his arm, so I was like, hey, that looks pretty cool. And yeah, so this is basically Bishop. I really like this minifigure. I think it represents the character really well, and yeah, tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. Next up, we've got Iceman, and despite the painting when I was originally painting this minifigure, his torso and body and stuff, despite that, me hating it at first, I actually have grown to really like this minifigure, and think it's like one of maybe my best customs. I'm not going to say it's my best custom, or maybe not even in the top 10, but it's really it's really a great custom, and I really like the way it turned out, and I think the techniques I did for this minifigure is really, really epic. So like I said, it's one of my best minifigures, not in the top 10, but I mean, it's really good. It shows off some of my skill, I guess, but yeah, so anyway, early in the showcase, I did say that this minifigure, or not this minifigure, but Colossus, I was painting him torso, and you're probably wondering, did I give that torso to Iceman or Beast? And, well, if you see Beast's torso, if you've seen Beast's torso, you will probably figure that question out yourself, so yeah, but, so yeah, this minifigure's torso was originally meant for Colossus, put it on him, and let's just say, it doesn't look too good. But yeah, it really looked good on Iceman despite me thinking it wasn't. So anyway, this Iceman is based off of my own idea like I said, you add in that, you know, dystopic future kind of look to it, but it's really based on my own idea. And I was gonna originally give him a hairpiece, however, after debating it, I was like, yeah, he doesn't need one, and the only hairpiece I would have given him is a white hairpiece. So I would have given them the Bruce Wayne hairpiece, which already is white, or I would have just had to paint him one. So I mean, I was just like, you know what the heck. So I just went with this, and in the comics he is bald sometimes, so because it's something to do with his ice or something. But yeah, so basically this entire minifigure is painted by me. So I gave him a transparent head to, you know, show off the ice. Versus me giving him a white head. I was originally going to do that, you know, try and pull that off, but I just like the way that this one came off, and it really looks cool, the transparent and all. And I didn't, the set I got this from was a TMNT Turtle Lair Takedown set, the original cartoon one, which I bought for 70 bucks. I still cannot get over that, but that's coherent to this showcase. But his hands are white, and I really wish LEGO would have made some transparent hands. I'm not entirely sure if they did. I think they do have some blue transparent hands. Can't say for sure, don't quote me on that, but if they would have had some transparent hands, it would have just been phenomenal. Because yeah, but even with the clear head and the white hands, still kind of looks, you know, really cool. So yeah, that's one thing I do have to say. But as for this minifigure's torso and such, his torso is all, like I said, all painted by me on a black torso I brassoed. And so the first design on there is like just this giant X, and then you have like this kind of like maybe it's like this design for the gray on the back, or on the in the background. Then you have the giant X, kind of like with the Batman, I guess. Well, kind of the opposite, I guess. But like I said, this one thing that did make this minifigure really different from majority of my other minifigures, the only one I think I did this technique on otherwise is Bane, is that I went over the shoulder line and above it, like where the neck, where the head would usually go. And I did do that recently for some other customs, but this is like really one of the first ones that it really goes by. So yeah, and then it goes to the, because I wanted to connect the back to the front, and that's how that connects. And even though the back kind of looks just odd to me, I really think that the it does go with the minifigure somewhat. I don't know, maybe like where that where those two lines like make kind of like a, I guess you'd say a, right there, I don't know what you call it, maybe like a shapeish kind of. I should have made it fully gray. Then I might have to have made the, you know, neck gray, and I just didn't want to do that. So yeah, I went with that, but it still looks pretty great to me. And the insides also do connect with the outside backs. And then you have his legs, which I basically made it like kind of like a belt buckle. And then you have his shoes, which are just, I don't know what I did for them. I'm not saying in a bad way, but I'm just saying, like, yeah, I don't know what I did for them, but I like the way the design went. And then that does go 360 degrees around, and it does not go on the inside of the legs, unfortunately, but it does go 360 degrees around, so I really like that. And the arms do have printing. It's basically like Colossus' printing, but on black arms. Sorry, guys. But that's basically it for this Iceman minifigure. Really one of my favorite customs, not in the top 10, but it's one of my favorite customs because I really like the way it came out, and I think it just looks, the minifigure itself just looks really awesome. So yeah. And finally, on to the last minifigure of the showcase, we have here Beast. And Beast probably has to be the most painted minifigure out of this entire showcase, and possibly even one of my most painted minifigures, even in the top 10. Sorry, Iceman. But yeah, so I really like the way this minifigure came out. Now the painting around the gray, you may see that's a little choppy, but I'll get into that later. But like I said, I really like the way this minifigure turned out, and it's just really, really awesome. This is my own design. The costume is sort of based off of the X-Men, the Wolverine and the X-Men show. And originally I did want to give him the Hobbit guy hair. I forget his name, Bilbo or Frodo hair, whichever one. But then, as you can see with the face, it wouldn't have been, you know, coherent, because then it would have covered all of his face, majority of it at least. So, yeah, I just went with this hair, and I think that the hair looks even better, maybe, I don't know. But, so yeah, that was my original design, but here it is, Beast, and like I said, this minifigure is just, you know, epic. And like I said, now, before you say, this minifigure is horrible, why are the lines, like, In the gray, they're like a little, maybe a little too thick or something. But that's because originally when I made this minifigure, it was actually back in August or September, I want to say, and so I wasn't as techniqued at, as I was, and that's even why I think Colossus has that torso, because like I said, I wasn't as good as painting as I am now. I mean, I'm not like the holy grail of painting, but I'm pretty good, I'd say. And so even with the like other parts of this minifigure, you can see like my skills are, you know, somewhat better than what they were when I first started. But yeah, so like I said, with this minifigure, he did like the gray parts, they originally were yellow, and like I said, this minifigure is based off of the like his costume at least is based off of the Wolverine and the X-Men cartoon series, so that's why I was doing it in yellow. And plus, you know, I just wanted to do all the costumes in black, all the costumes in black to symbolize the dystopic future kind of feel. And so I wanted to give him some yellow, but I decided, okay, that looks horrible, so I put it in gray, and I think that looks better. But I didn't want to, because the lines were, when they were yellow, they were like spot on. But I didn't want to, you know, have to, you know, scratch them off and then, you know, have to paint this entire minifigure all over again, because the majority of it I did have the lines came. Usually I do it as like his skin would have went first. With any minifigure, the skin goes first, then the clothes, and then like if there's any design on the clothes. But so I decided to, you know, do that for Beast. Sorry, I was just looking at my camera, how much it's charged. But yeah, so that's why the lines may be a little choppy, but yeah. So anyway, getting on to more details of this minifigure, the face, along with all of these minifigures, is fully painted by me. And so the hairpiece, we'll get into the face a little bit later, after the hairpiece. The hairpiece is actually just the I don't know what they call it, the Widow's Peak hairpiece, which was in black originally. Then I painted it, and it's blue now, and I do have some highlights of other blues and stuff. But the face itself, like I said, is based off of my own design. It really just, you know, based off of Beast in general, the yellow eyes, you know, kind of like the, maybe like canine, cat-ish, I don't know, look. So I really was going for that, and you know, I wanted him to look a little older, so that's why I did add a little, you know, facial hair under his mouth. But I think the face is just really awesome. It's one of my best faces by far. I'd have to say. If you disagree, let me know in the comments. But anyway, his torso is basically just his costume. It's got some pockets right there. He's got an X, and then he's got another X right there. And then, you know, he's got a little cleavage. And then on the sides, he does have some cleavage and stuff. Also on the back, he has a lot of cleavage, and a little poking out from the top. But the black's pretty much plain. The reason this torso may look a little, you know, kind of dry to you, I'd say, the release for the black, is because I did brasso this, and brassoing stuff does take away the color somewhat, depending on what one you use. And as I did with the legs as well. So his torso, like I said, looks really epic to me. His arms do have some, you know, hair painting on them, basically just some blue, you know, just distinguishing like the hair where his arms should be. And blue arms and blue hands are really hard to find, so you know, I am a real nut job for doing this, but who cares. So onto his legs, and his legs probably my favorite part, one of my favorite parts about the minifigure, and because these are painted on black legs, so the blue, all the blue you see is painted by me, and so I really like the way the toes came out on Beast. I just think those look really epic. The paint does continue into the legs, along with his design for his stripes. Now the stripes I wasn't able to get entirely like spot on correct, so maybe I should have just made like left them blue, but I decided, you know what the heck, just put some gray in there, why not? The hair does not continue, and that's sad, sort of, but the hair does continue all the way around 360, other than just in the legs, and by hair I mean the blue lines. But this minifigure is just really epic. What do you guys think of him? Which one is your favorite? I really like this minifigure. My favorite, I can't pick my favorite because I'm custom, and I'm a customizer. I can't be biased, guys. My customers are gonna get mad if I pick a favorite. But he's, like I said, he's got to be maybe in my top 10. For the faces, definitely in the top 10. Minifigures, not in top. I wouldn't say top 10. I know I keep saying and this sounds bad, but that's just me, you know. But the custom, maybe in my top 20. I won't say he's in my top 10. I won't not say he's in my top 10, but I definitely do have some. My favorite probably have to be between my Deathstroke and my Red Hood, and some other minifigures. I can't pick a favorite. I'm sorry, guys, But yeah, so that's basically it for this minifigure. And I really like the way this minifigure turned out, like I said before. So yeah, this is Beast, and this concludes our showcase. Blah 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 blah. Boring mutant stuff. Hey guys, we have to go. The Sentinels are coming. Oh my stars and gators. Hey Iceman, why don't you just chill out? And Beast, why must you be so blue about everything? Freeze, mother. So yeah guys, that does basically conclude this showcase review of my custom LEGO Xmen minifigures. Now I do plan on doing some more based around, you know, the Start Future type thing I want to, you know, have. So I do plan on doing Professor X, Kitty, Rogue, and that's pretty much it for now. I don't want to, you know, create ones that LEGO has already made. I may decide against that and eventually just, you know, what the heck, do them anyway, but I did decide to, you know, just do these minifigures because those other ones may not become around until maybe June-ish, and I'm not going to say that late, that's just like, I don't know exactly, because I'm still like looking for some pieces for them and, you know, deciding how the design is going to be, especially for Rogue, because I just don't want to, you know, just give her plain something, you know, just like whatever Rogue. I was going to do a Rogue minifigure back a while ago, I believe, but that got scratched, and now I'm just going to do a whole new one. So yeah, so expect those minifigures soon. I'm also working on the CW minifigures from the Flash and from the Arrow show. So if you watch those, be excited for those. And if you watch the amazing thing of The Walking Dead, I am surely going to be doing some minifigures on those. So yeah, I do want to do more figures. I know last year I did do a lot of figures, so it's not like I'm saying I'm gonna, you know, make, you know, I tried so hard and I only got like 2 customs out that year, but I think I got like 23 if you watch that video about the minifigures, but that's a lot. Like I said, I do plan on doing a lot more this year based on TV shows, even doing, you know, some other comic design ones, kind of like, I guess these could be comic design based around but yeah, so I also do plan on doing a lot more like these, especially if minifigures do like go together. I'm going to be doing like multiple minifigure showcases, unlike I kind of did for the other minifigures when I first started. But yeah, so those minifigures are basically like separate, but I don't want to get into debate about that. Basically, that's pretty much it, guys. If you do like these customs and you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. And if you're not new to the channel and you do like these customs, then subscribe. If you did like these customs, also make sure you leave a like and a comment down below telling me what you thought of the minifigures, and just saying, you know, maybe hey JS or whatever. And also, if you didn't like these minifigures, just give it a like anyway, because it does not change your life if you do. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for this video, guys. You can follow me on Instagram at JSBricks to see more behind the scenes and stuff. Currently working on a Star Wars stop motion. It would be epic. I'm not entirely sure when this video is coming up, but if it's after February 8th, that it doesn't matter, but still go subscribe. But if it is before February 8th, it'd be epic if you guys get me to 100 subs by then, because that'll be my 1-year anniversary of GS Films. If not, I won't be disordered, and if this video has come out afterwards, yeah, but that's pretty much it for this video, guys, like I said before, and I will see you guys in the next video, which I don't know what it's gonna be. So yeah, expect some stuff coming soon. See you guys later. Peace.